Hi Stampers, I'm Nancy Novak. Welcome to the final day of our weekly long tutorial series. Today I have something special to share with you. It's a unique twist on using the Merry and Bright bundle. We're crafting a rustic deer, and believe me, it's a great idea for a guide card. But before we get started, let's just talk about this great set and all the cards that we made this week. So we did a lot with the cards. We stamped with foil. We stamped the little Christmas lights with foil, and we did a little bit of embossing, ink embossing. And here we stamped the light bulbs, and then we shined them up a little bit with some Versamark and clear embossing powder. And here is where we used all the individual phrases, so you can arrange them any way you like to create any kind of message. So you have endless possibilities there. This was our fun fold. And this is also one of the sentiments in the stamp set. Oh, what fun. I love that. And then here, again, we use the foil, but we use the different Christmas light. And we stamp to you and yours inside. So a lot of possibilities with this stamp set. And there's one more that I didn't show you. We're not going to make it, but I got to show this to you because it's really different. You probably didn't even think you could do this. So this is the same stamp set. The birthday is from a different sentiment. But I used the little string lights in all different colors, and I used the stars. And again, there are those phrases that you can stamp and put them in any order that you like to create all kinds of messages. So isn't that a fun birthday card? So lots of possibilities with this set, but wait till you see today's card. Okay, so here's today's card. How unique is that? This is definitely a one-of-a-kind card. So we're going to use the light bulb die in a whole different way. And we're pairing it with the red gingham paper. That's from the Joy of Christmas Designer Series paper pack. So it creates a kind of a rustic look. And look at the Christmas Tidings embossing folder. I don't know if you can see, but right down there is the word reindeer. Let me see if I can get it. There you go. Reindeer. Isn't that sweet? I just love it. And then inside, just real simple, Merry Christmas, but with that bold stamp, it really, really sets off this card. It's really cool. So let me bring in the supplies. We're using cherry cobbler as our base, and very vanilla are our pieces for the inside and for the front. I have a scrap of early espresso, and I have a scrap of crumb cake and a scrap of black. And then here again is the Designer Series paper that we'll be using. So these two pieces, I also used the Country Corner dies. So I used die 3 and 4 to cut out these two pieces. And again, this is the Designer Series paper. So I'm going to make it in this paper here. This has the little musical notes, and this is the other option. So at the end, when we have our card all put together, we'll decide on which one we like. Let me show you a big piece of this Designer Series paper. So this is the paper that I'm using. And actually the musical notes are on the other side. And this card would also be cool if you did it in the green. You just have to change your card base up. So that'd be a fun, different option that you could do. So the first thing I'm going to do is let's bring in our scraps. And I'm going to punch a couple of eyes out of this black scrap. And I'm just going to use my hole punch. So you can use a hole punch, or if you have a die that has a little circle in it, you could use that for the eyes. You could use googly eyes. So there are my two eyes. For these 3 scraps, I'm going to cut out a black light bulb, a crumb cake light bulb, and then I'm going to use this die right here, which is the string of lights, and I'm going to cut a string of the early espresso out. That's going to be our antlers. Okay, so there are our cutout pieces, and then this one here, I'm going to run through the exposed brick embossing folder and give it a little bit of texture. So on this piece here, I'm just going to cut it into some smaller pieces. I'm just going to cut 2 for now, and when we make the deer, when we put it together, we'll cut it down a little bit smaller. And then for the eyes, I just brought in a white watercolor pencil, and I just kind of drew some white lines on here to accent him. just like that. Okay, so on the front piece, first thing we're going to do is stamp, and then we're going to emboss. So I'm going to bring in cherry cobbler ink, and I'm going to stamp "Oh What Fun." And I stamped that up at the top because that's going to go like that, so we want to make sure that we can see all those words. So now I'm going to use the Christmas Tidings embossing folder, and this embossing folder has a lot of festive words on it for the holidays: decorations, love, Christmas tree, family, festive, Santa, and it has reindeer right down here at the bottom. So when I place this in here to emboss it, I'm going to make sure that that word reindeer is right at the bottom of this card, and then I'm going to emboss it. Okay, so that's for the front of our card. So again, you stamp first and then emboss. And since we had that word reindeer and we're making a reindeer card, I wanted to make sure that that showed up. So I'm going to glue these two pieces together, and I'm going to trim this crumb cake down because I don't want it to be that big of a border. So let's do that real quick. Okay, so I like that better. So now let's build our deer. And it's really simple to do. I'm going to have this black piece on the back just slightly off center, just to give just a little bit of depth to that deer. So I'm just going to glue those two pieces together. So it's real subtle. Now I'm going to glue the eyes on. And let's bring in our antlers, and we're going to kind of position them. And I was going to put the antlers behind the light bulb, but my husband said, no, you have to have them in front, because when you look at a deer, that's what you see. They're not hidden back there. So that's what we're doing today. And that's going to be covered up by a bow, just a little bit at the base there. Okay, I need one more circle. I forgot to mention that. And we're going to bring in our rhinestones, and we're going to color in one of these large red rhinestones in red. And we're going to place it right on the center of our circle. And then we're going to put that down here for our nose. Okay, we're going to let that set for a second. Okay, now let's put the front of our card together. So I'm going to go ahead and put this designer series paper right in the center. I'm going to put it right in the center, and then I'm going to glue that to the card front. Okay, I'm going to pop this up. And I'm going to glue our deer down. And I made a teeny tiny bow, and I used the black and white gingham ribbon. So I'm going to go ahead and put the glue dot right there between the antlers. Oh, this is so cute. Okay, that's the front of our card, but let's do the inside real quick. So I'm going to bring back in the cherry cobbler, and I'm going to stamp Merry Christmas. I'm going to glue that to the inside. And there is your one-of-a-kind card. What do you think? Let's bring in this one. Okay, so we got the musical paper and then the woodsy paper. I think they're both cute. I think they both work. Which one do you like? So there you go, the Merry and Bright set. So many options with this bundle. I hope you were inspired by my card ideas. Look for the shopping link for this set in the description below so you can start crafting your own beautiful cards and make your season merry and bright. And don't forget, these are the 3 cards for the Stamp and Craft kits. And that offer is through Saturday, November 11th. If you have any questions, please let me know. Please like, comment, and share. I'll be back next week with more inspiration Christmas cards. I'll be using the Jolly Words stamp set and the Merry, Bright, and Bold Designer Series paper. We used that a little bit this week. We're going to use it again next week. So don't be shy. Stamp and shout.